on the stage. All right, we are live on Facebook. Let's go live over here on the IG. Come on, IG, you can do it. 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 Just waiting for this to pop up. Okay. Groovy. Awesome. We're there. And now we are playing a pre-roll. And we're going. Extra step of precaution. I'm so scared to take anything off this door because I don't know what's making it stay up. I don't know what is worse. Cards with glitter. Shamika, you absolutely know what's worse. This is worse than a card with glitter because, you know, glitter gets everywhere, but this actually hurts. Glitter doesn't hurt. This is called productive procrastination. What is trying to make content while doing this? This is the only thing that's making me want to keep going is because I can make content. I laid towels on the floor there so that I can wipe my shoes off. So it's stabilized on a wing and prayer is what I'm getting. Okay, great. Shamika, you just gotta lift this up and get it out of this track. You're gonna hear glass fall.
That's my sister. 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 That's my sister.
Oh, hey! Welcome to my Airbnb crib. Come on in.
Lovely, beautiful, talented Miss Shamika Cotton.
Miss Shamika Cotton here.
I am Shamika Cotton. This is the Saturday morning tap-in experience. Let there be love. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And I'm just getting started. Be a multi-hyphenate, they said. Who said that? Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap-In. I am your host, Shamika Cotton, bringing you your Saturday Morning Tap-In this morning. For those who are new to us, Saturday Morning Tap-In is where we come together every Saturday morning to share uplifting conversations. We set some intentions and then we do a little bit of journaling. So let's go ahead and get this party started. What intention do you want to set today? What is an intention? An intention is something that, how do we explain the intention, right? The intention could be something that you want to feel, something you want to experience. Intention could be, how do you want to show up, right? Our intention is a way for us to set the tenor of our day, right? It's how we set the energy space of our day, right? So for example, maybe you know that you have a graduation to go to today. Congratulations to all the graduates right now. We got a lot of graduations happening. Special shout out to my nephew, Trey, who is graduating today from North Carolina A&T. Special shout out to Nicole, who is also graduating from North Carolina A&T. Special shout out to T3IP T3IP alum Kayla Camfield, who just graduated as well, not from North Carolina A&T, but she did just graduate just the other day. So special shout out to the graduates. So for example, you could say that maybe you have some graduations to go to today. So you want to set the day for joy. I'm setting the intention for joy. I'm setting the intention for gratitude, right? Right? You could, or I'm setting the intention to get a great seat. Hello, right? Or I'm setting the intention for order because you have a lot of plans after the graduation. You've got parties, you got things you're going to do, right? Maybe you want to set the atmosphere, right? Or set the energy to be uplifting. So that's what the intention is. That's what an intention is. You think about the week that you had before, or you think about the week coming up, or the day coming up, or the days you had before, whatever. You have the power to create what you experience in your day. And one of those ways that we do that is simply by setting an intention. So, what we do is we put those intentions in the chat, right? We put those intentions in the chat, and then later today in the show, we will do an activation and activate those intentions together. There is something very special and very powerful when a group of people come together with their energy to set something in motion. And that's what we do on Saturday mornings. We come together, we share our collective consciousness, our collective energy, and we Care Bear stare our days. Let me tell y'all, Care Bears will forever be an analogy for the power that we have within us. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I grew up on the Care Bears. Okay. On the Care Bear cartoon. So we Care Bear stare our day, our week. So what intention do you want to set? I'll tell you something. If you've been following me this week, you know something happened this week, y'all. Something horrible happened this week. I broke my shower door. Okay. My glass shower door broke in the bathroom. Okay. And so I've been on cleanup glass operations all week. Well, since Tuesday. And that's what I've been doing this week. So I am setting the intention for more order in my day, right? I want more order in that bathroom. I'm also setting the intention, guess what? Because I can, for safety. Hey. Hello. You can set your intention for anything. Good morning, Rhonda. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. We are going over intention setting right now. Hey, the one, the only Shayla Kate the Great is here holding down the fort for T3IP. So glad to see you here. Yeah, Shayla Kate the Great has been amazing editing our amazing series on broken glass. It has been a lot of fun. But yeah, so I'm setting the intention. Miles, good morning to you, my friend. I'm setting the intention for order, for safety. Hey, you may even want to set the intention for order for your day. What intention do you want to set today? Some more 2K3 tap, 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 tap. So glad to see you tapping in on this wonderful Saturday morning tap in. So setting the intentions is one thing that we do today. And then we have some uplifting conversations of some sort, right? Basically, we're going to have a little chit chat. And I have something I want to talk about this week. I saw a really amazing clip. You may have seen it come down your timeline. But this clip continues to confirm something for me. And it is the clip of Jay Farrow on the Tamron Hall show. Put in the chat, did y'all see that clip? If you didn't see the clip, don't worry. We're going to play a segment of it in today's show. But today's show is for you if you have hard times making a decision, right? Sometimes you get paralyzed because you have so many decisions to make and you don't know if you're going to make the right decision, right? Maybe you have a lot of good opportunities and you're like, I don't know which one to pick. which one is going to be the best one to pick. Or maybe you're doing something, you're like, I really don't know what I'm doing. And you're kind of paralyzed because you cannot get out of your way. This show is for you today. So before we go ahead and get into today's show, I'm going to give you a moment. If you haven't already, go ahead, get your journal. I've already lit my incense. I've already got it smelling really nice with my Nag Champa incense. I might be mispronouncing it, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. We have fun here. So go ahead, get ready, get your tea, get you some water. I'm going to have a sip of my water, but it's time to tap in. Let's go.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Share. Tap in. Hey.
Tap in.
Good morning, Sunday's Remedy. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. I love it. We have people stopping in over on TikTok.
Tap in.
If you're watching on TikTok, that means you are getting the behind the scenes of the show. If you want to see what's on the screen, if you want to engage and put your comment up on the screen, you're going to have to find me over on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, you can just tune in here on TikTok. We love to have you on any platform, right? I'm Shamika Chronicles here, there, and everywhere. We're so glad to have you here tapping in. Hi, Robin. Hi, Boo. Welcome to the Saturday morning tap in. So glad to see you. Is our film playing right now in the Cannes Festival? We'll talk about that later, but I was going through some of my old. This way, this party started. Hey. But yeah, so Robin, I was going through some of my old 300 things. So this is my 300 things list from this past year, so 2025 coming into 2026. But I know somewhere I wrote down on one of my lists. I think I have 2 lists in here, and I'm still going through them. I know I wrote down on one of my lists that a film that I am in gets into the Cannes Film Festival. And so I'm going to find it and I'm going to share it because I have a feeling that I wrote it down and now it's happening. But I'm so glad to see you tapping in. For those who are just joining us, what am I talking about? So I did a really lovely short called The Day Elvis Died, written by my close friend, Robin. She's tapping in right now. And it's been having a wonderful time getting into festivals. And just recently, we found out that it got accepted into the Cannes Film Festival. I'm not going to Cannes this year. However, my art is there. Do I have some applause? Is the applause here? Where's the applause? I don't know where the applause is, but yes. Let me tell you, being intentional, writing down your goals, it all works. Thank you so much, Sansakia. So glad to see you here. Right. So Robin says it's in Inwood, it's in Arkansas, and it's in Cannes. I mean, hey, what are you doing with your life, right? Be intentional. You can do whatever you want with it, but do something, right? And Robin, it's so funny because when I was thinking about today's show, I thought about you. And this is what I thought about. Not to put Robin's business in the street, but it's not going to be very specific. But this is what friends are for. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank you so much. So this is what friends are for. And so, Robin, you'll understand this. You'll understand this. Did you play the... No, that's not what The Day Elvis Died is about. Some more 2K3 said, did you play the lady that made him the grilled peanut butter sandwich? Oh, no, I didn't. We got to get this film out so that more folks can see it. So you can see the beautiful story that Robin wrote. But yeah, not that part of the story. The thing about Elvis is that he touched so many people's lives. He actually is a part of so many moments, right? When you're an artist of that caliber and of that stature, you just never know how your life leaves an indelible mark and is so connected to others. And so The Day Elvis Died, the short film that Robin wrote, is about a mother and a daughter who has to make a decision that happens to take place on the same day that Elvis died. And so it's a really cute, beautiful, touching film. It looks good. The story's beautiful. It's got great acting in it. Dare I say. But yeah, so it's not that one. Some more 2K3. You are so hilarious. But back to putting Robin's business out in the street. My friends, I love my friends. But a lot of times we get these amazing opportunities, right? And we will stress out about, well, should I make this decision? But if I make this decision, what if this happens or if that happens? If you're an actor, this happens a lot, especially with scheduling. And so it's like, well, what happens if I say that yes to this project? Right? If I say yes to this project and I'm going to be away, am I making the right decision? Because something else may come up that I might miss out on, right? If you're an actor, just put some hearts in the chat or just say that's me, that you have experienced that before. And even if you're not an actor, you have moments where you're just like, I don't know what decision to make, right? And you really can kind of torment and torture yourself trying to figure out what to do, almost so that you're paralyzed, right? Trying to make the right decision. But invariably, right? Exactly, some more 2K3. Robin, if you're still here, invariably, what always happened, boo? What always happened, Robin? She always made the right decision. Everything always worked out. It always worked out, right? And that has happened to me. Even if you're doing something, you're just like, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to do this. I don't know. And finally, you give up and you get out of your way, and then you do the thing, and it ends up being great. It ends up being better than you ever expected, right? And so, um, that is something that I was thinking about today. There is, right? Some call it the universe, some call it God, but there is a force in the universe that, hey, Vanessa, hey, girl, there's a force in the universe, right? That is at play that we can't see, that is making everything work out for your good, that is always putting you in the right place at the right time. Boo, Robin, there are no wrong decisions. You cannot make, I mean, I'm not even going to go there because I'm not going to argue someone about this, but you can't make wrong decisions, right? It's all going to work out in the grand scheme of things, right? So if it isn't working out, then keep going. It's not at the end, right? That's just a little spoiler alert, right? But yes, and I was going to use the example, Vanessa, so glad that you're here tapping in, and congratulations on your amazing run, right? The Milk of Kindness was just at the festival. I forget the name of the festival, but it was over in Jersey City. But my girl Vanessa was in it, and she was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right. But one thing that happened, so I went with my friend Cristala. You got to get with your girls and go support your girls, go support your friends. And so we took a trip to Jersey last Saturday. And one thing, and this is going to be so innocuous, so frivolous, and you're going to be like, really, Shamika? But it's a great example. It's a great example. So Cristala was wearing this shirt, Illuminating Voices Theater Festival in Montclair, New Jersey. That's where we went. That's where Vanessa was in this amazing piece, a really cute short play, The Milk of Kindness. Vanessa killed it, nailed it, amazing. She was so good that she even influenced some subtle changes in the play, like really helped to develop this piece and make it a well-rounded piece that fit her like a glove. Yes. So back to Cristala. So we get there and we happen to look at the, and I wish I had this picture pulled up, and I don't have. Shamika, you got to start. Whatever. Shamika, let it go. It's okay. But anyway, we get there and it turns out the shirt that Cristala was wearing Okay, y'all. The shirt that Cristala was wearing happened to be the image that was on it was actually the same image that was on the program. Let me see if Vanessa has this up on her Instagram page real quick because I can show y'all this real quick, right? And what is so funny, can I post? No, if you show it here, if there's no way for me to share it, but I'm going to your page. I'm going to your page right now. But we don't have Cristala's image. Where is Cristala's image? No, it's not. Oh, wait. Oh man. Where is it though? Where did you share it? Did you share it on Facebook? It was like a video montage, or was it just a story? But I'll share the image. Let me know. Let me know where it is, Vanessa. If you have it somewhere. So this was the image on the program. Share my screen. Boop, boop, boop. A boop, boop, boop. A boop, boop, boop. Y'all, that's the image on the program, right? Okay. And so Cristala, and then here's my girl Vanessa. Milk of human kindness. I don't think I said human kindness. And that's Vanessa. But so that was the image. Why did Cristala have that same image on her shirt? And so you just posted it to your IG feed. Okay, I just closed it. Okay, great. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to see this. You got to see this. Right. And so Cristala had a lot going on for the day, living her life, living her best life, and, taking care of her kids, her husband, being a great daughter and all that good stuff. Okay, hold on, Vanessa. Let me find it. Okay, Vanessa coming in as my co-producer in the studio today. I love it, love it, love it. TikTok, if you want to see it, you got to find me on the other platform so you can take a look at it. Where did you just, there it is. There it is. Okay, peep this, y'all. Peep this. Peep this. And this was the shirt that she was wearing. Y'all, do y'all see this? That's my girl, Cristala. Do y'all see that? Thank you, Vanessa. Yes. And she just happened to be wearing the shirt that was just like the festival, right? And I said, Cristala, what made you wear that shirt today? And she said that she deliberated back and forth, like, I don't know what to wear. Should I dress up? What do I wear? And she didn't know. So she finally just settled on that shirt. She just happened to settle on that shirt. She just said, okay, forget, just wear this and let's go. And so, like, you're like, well, what does that mean? What does it mean? It could mean whatever you want it to mean, folks, right? For me, because I am aware, right? And I like to recognize the movement of God in the universe, right? One, it meant the one thing that I always know is that was a sign that we were in the right place at the right time, that Cristala was meant to be at that festival. And she was meant to be there to see Vanessa be amazing. And I was meant to be there to witness it so I could talk about it in today's show. And dare I say, I don't know, we'll find out. But let's see if the next festival, if Cristala is not in that festival. You're going to have to stay tuned for years and years, because I don't think the next festival, they have the festival every 3 years. Is that right, Vanessa? But I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Cristala ended up doing something with that festival, just because. But right, so sometimes we're like deliberating, like, I don't know what to do, and finally you just surrender and get out of your way and just make a decision. Who is this show for today? Let me know if this show is for you. Let me know if this show is for you. Okay, is this show for you? Just make a decision. You cannot make a wrong decision. Make the decision. Take the step. Do the thing. Do the thing. Okay? Right? So let me know if that was for you. Let me know if that was for you. But yeah, so sometimes we don't know, like, we don't know how things are working out or why they are working out the way that they're working out, right? Vanessa says, yes, the art of letting go is so deep and so important to learn. Even Zakia says, yes, she's been there before where she's trying to decide as an actor, do I take this job? Do I take Vanessa? Even more. I keep getting chills all day with this show. All day with this show. Right, all day being 25 minutes, but all day with this show, all day with this show, I'm getting chills, right? Even Vanessa, right? Should I take this day job? Will it get in the way of my acting career? If I take this day job, and I have plenty of friends that have this dilemma, if I take this day job, how am I going to be available for acting gigs as they come up? You just got to take a move. You just got to take a step, and you got to trust. You got to take a step and you got to trust. And the next thing that is supposed to be done will happen, right? It will happen in divine order, right? That part is the key. Yes, Sansky. I'm so glad you're here tapping in today, because I want this show to also inspire you as it inspired me, and as it is inspiring others, right? Some more 2K3 says, yes, the power of surrender. Right? Somebody here is struggling with a choice today, right? Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I didn't know what this show was gonna be about this morning when I woke up. I didn't. I mean, of course, I had ideas, but they were just floating around. Boop, 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 boop. I'm like, Lord, I don't know what we're doing today. But what I have learned over the course of almost 3 years of doing this show, oh my God, Shamika, you've been doing something for 3 years. My God. But what I have learned is that making the decision to just show up goes a long way, right? And I have learned over the course of doing the show that God always shows up and tells me what to do. God always gives me the conversation that is needed for the audience that tunes in, whether you're tuning in live, right? Whether this is your first time or whether you're one of my series regulars like some more 2K3, right? Right. So it's the conversation that I need. And then you all come in to have this conversation with me. What's up, Miss Melly Rainbow over on TikTok? And those who are watching on TikTok, so glad to have you here. Some more 2K3 says, most of us actors have had that issue. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it happens also, and no matter what industry you're in, right? That whole dilemma of making a choice can happen to anyone. The whole dilemma of I don't know what to do. Well, show up and just do what you know. Okay. I don't know what to do. Well, just show up and do what you know, and the rest will flow. Hello, y'all. Somebody cue my music. I'm in the cipher today. That was bars. Okay, that was bars. Okay. And so even today, when I share with you what the journal prompt is today, there is something that always happens, at least for me. And I'm going to tell y'all, it's not just me, okay? There's nothing more special about me than you. It's just, are you aware of it? And the more aware of it you are, the more it happens, the more synchronicities start to happen, right? And it's not luck. Right? Luck you can't count on, right? But God, the universe, the force, the organizing force of the universe, of life, of humankind, of our very bodies, that infinite intelligence is always active. And the more aware you are of it, the more you consciously experience it, right? Because it's always happening. Right. So like I said, this morning, I didn't know what the show was really going to be about. And I had some ideas. And as I always do, I always consecrate the space, and I pray with my prayer partners, so that this moment, so that we can meet the moment and also get the best out of this moment for those who tune in. Right. And so I'll tell you all what the journal prompt is for today. We're going back to an oldie but goodie. And I'll tell you how I chose this prompt when it's time for us to journal. You all, if you don't have your journals right now, you still have some time to go get your journals. But let's just go ahead. Let me share this clip with you all because I want to talk about this. And I've been wanting to talk about this this week. All right, let's share my screen. Let's take a look at this clip. And then we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it. Boop, boop, boop. And if you've seen it, let's talk about it. And here we go.
So I got my Bible app, right? I'm not making this up. This is straight up. The Lord knows He's connected, and I'm fully aligned right now, right? So I was reading on my Bible app because I said I want to finish the Bible. I want to read the whole thing, right?
Wow.
So I was reading my Bible app, but it didn't feel right because every time you're on your Bible app, you get all these distractions.
Yeah.
You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got all these things coming up. And I said, the word of God should not be limited to an app. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a hard Bible like I had when I was a kid, you know? Yeah. And look, that ain't even the punch, y'all. It ain't over. Now, my Bible was blue. My Bible was blue. It had Jared A. Farrell on it. I said, I'm going to get myself a Bible like that. I was in Columbus, Ohio, and it was the Friday night show, and the show was supposed to be canceled, right? Yeah. This is a month before I was about to get the Bible. The 10 o'clock show, the tickets picked up miraculously, right? There was a pastor that drove all the way from, I think it was Tennessee, and he didn't get in, but he stayed outside of the show. He came up to me after the show. He goes, God told me to give you this. It was a blue Bible with my name on it. And here's the kicker. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. And the Bible was bookmarked at the exact mark that I stopped reading on my Bible app. Absolutely. I said, okay. I said, all right, I'm going to get myself together. So I got my Bible app.
Right? Okay. So what? Yes, exactly. Stop it. But we can't stop it because that is what happened. And that story blew me away. Some more 2K3 also shared it on Instagram today. It's making its rounds. But that right there, can we just talk about that for a moment? That right there. Okay. The thing is, right? We could say that, oh, when God heard Jay say, you know what, I want to get a Bible and get my name on it. God heard when he said that. But I'm going to tell you that wasn't even he didn't say it out loud. God hears your thoughts. The universe hears your thoughts, right? The thoughts. And the whole idea that he is having this conversation within himself, this conversation with the Most High, with the highest power, right? With the universe, with God, whatever you want to call it. He's having this conversation that he thinks is just the thought. I think I want to get me another Bible like the one I used to have. And I want to, make sure I get my name on it, right? Having this conversation within himself, right? Not telling anyone, just this conversation, God hears. But get this. Let's cut to the pastor. Let's cut to this pastor who is having a conversation within himself that he doesn't know why he's having this thought. This thought just comes, you know what? I feel like I just want to bless Jay Farrell with a Bible, and I want to put his name on it. For some reason, I just want to give him this gift, right? I want to give him this gift. I see that he's going to be nearby at a comedy show, right? So I'm going to go to the comedy show. This pastor is thinking that he's going to the comedy show, right, to give Jay this Bible. He doesn't know why. He may have his own reasons why he wants to give Jay that Bible. But something in him says, I need you to follow through on this. It might not make sense to anybody else around that pastor why he's doing what he's doing, right? Who knows if he even really knew Jay? It doesn't seem like he even knew Jay, right? But God will put you on someone's mind. Hello, for whoever might be wondering, how am I going to connect with so-and-so? I need to have this connection with this person in order for this thing to happen in my life. God will put you on their mind where they will seek you out, right? They will seek you out. And so this conversation that Jay is having within himself, the conversation that the pastor is having within himself, all connected by that higher intelligence of the universe that connects people, right? That you don't know, right? That same thing for Vanessa when she's going out there and she's auditioning. She says, you know what? I want to get back out there, because Vanessa's been busy being a mom and taking care of her family. And she has had this day job. She's moved to Jersey and hasn't had a chance to do very much acting like she used to, right? She's been very active in the union, but she wants to get back out there on that stage. And she gets a little nudge at her heart that says, I think I'm going to go do this audition for a bunch of theaters, I think it was like a bunch of regional theaters or theater companies all at one, right? And so she follows that little nudge, not really sure what's going to come of it, but she just does it. She just follows that little nudge. That pastor followed that little nudge, right? Vanessa goes and she does the audition, right? And she happens to be before the auditions, right? Before the auditions, Vanessa, I'm sharing your story, okay? But before the audition, she's talking to a friend at the table, and they're just talking about some things. I forget what they were talking about. And the playwright for the piece that she was in happens to stop by and hear the conversation. And somehow a little spark happens in that playwright, right? And says, you know what, let me get her headshot. Something. She hasn't even seen Vanessa audition yet, but she's about to see her audition, right? I might be butchering it. But just the fact that Vanessa was at that place at the table, the playwright's at that place, right? The producers for the festival were by that table. There were a lot of other things to audition for that were happening that day, but the producers of the festival, Vanessa just did, but they were there and happened to walk by at that time. Sometimes you don't know that you're being put in position, right? You're being put in position at the right place at the right time. Yes. So that you can make that connection. And so that is what happened with Jay Farrell and this pastor, right? And it wasn't enough that the pastor just said, hey, here's a blue Bible, and also I put your name on it to personalize it for it. But it was almost as if God wanted Jay to know, I need you to remember this moment. I need you to remember this moment. When we have moments of synchronicity and we recognize them and we get those goosebumps, or we get those moments where we feel blown away, there's even a reason for that, so that you can remember and recall it, because I guarantee you're going to be called to do something else that requires you to take a step of faith. It's going to require you to do something that I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to show up and just do this thing. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm saying? And I was having this conversation with someone this week after we watched it, and it was and they said, well, what if the pastor would not have shown up and decided not to follow the instinct, not to do what spirit told him to do, right? He would have been in some circles disobedient to the movement of God, right? But I say he just would have missed a moment. right? He just would have missed a moment of synchronicity, a moment of divine purpose, a moment of alignment, a moment where you feel the power and presence of God, something bigger than you, reaching down and touching humanity in that moment, touching our human existence in that moment. We have so many opportunities to tap into that, to witness it, to feel it every day. But it's like a muscle. We have to build our muscle of awareness, our muscle of acknowledging it when it happens, so that you can remember it. So that next time when you're struggling to make a decision that seems to be out of the blue, why am I doing this? I don't know, but somehow I just feel pulled to do this. I just feel pulled to call this person right now. Or you know what? I just feel pulled to just go to the park right now. And then you happen to run into someone. These are the moments, right? These are the moments. These are the moments. This is the life that we live, the experience that we get to have, right? And I've had many, many moments like this, right? That story, it seems like, oh my gosh, no, you must have made that up. No, because I can share a story with you guys where you would be like, what is going on? That specific. The same way that Bible was blue, it had Jay's name on it. And not only that, God, spirit, the universe wanted him to know. And it's also open to that exact passage that you were reading on your Bible app. Because I need you to know. I need you to know that it was me. I need you to know that you can trust me. I need you to know that I got you. I need you to know that there is purpose in you. I need you to take that step, even if you don't have it all figured out. Even if it makes no sense. Why am I doing this? Why? Right? So that's what today's show is about. Trust, surrender. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just know somewhere deep in your heart that it's all working out for you. It's all going to work out for your good. You don't have to worry. Leap and the net will appear. Take a step and the sea will part. Okay? Right? Just take the step and trust that it's all going to work out. You can do it. You got this. But more importantly, God's got you. The universe has got you. Do you live in a friendly universe? Make that decision. One of the most important decisions you'll have to make. And I'm going to give you the answer to the pop quiz. It is yes. You live in a universe that loves you, that is supporting you. Even if it feels like, how does this doesn't make sense. Keep going. It'll make sense. And be on the lookout for it. Be intentional, right? So, some more 2K3 says, you may not know what the future holds, but know who holds the future. This is me doing my happy church dance, okay? Yeah, exactly. Bars. Exactly. Absolutely. But you got to get up, get out and get something, right? Get out, experience life, And so, like I said, this week, I had the fortunate thing that happened to me was my freaking shower door broke in my bathroom. And so there's glass, little teeny tiny shards of glass everywhere. And thank you to all my friends and family who reached out to say, are you okay though? I am okay. But I'm very cautious right now. And I'm my OCD is turned on in the way in which I'm cleaning it all up. But I took that as a moment because you all know that I'm a content creator. One thing I love to do, Ashley Nicole, I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. One thing you guys may know about me is I'm a content creator. I absolutely love making content. And let me tell you, something says, Shamika, I want you to record this. I want you to record what you're going through. This is content. And in my mind, I'm just like, oh, Shamika, you're doing the most again, aren't you? But something said, just record this. Just start recording it and just share this little bit, right? And that morning, I happened to hear that audio trend, which is hilarious right now. Have you guys heard the audio trend? Help. If you haven't heard it, just go listen to it. It's about a girl who spent the night with this guy. Turns out he gets a message on his phone, and it's his girlfriend, and she is on her way home, and this girl is crying for help, like, help me, help, right? So anyway, I happened to see that audio trend that morning and to hear that music. And I was like, okay, this music is actually perfect for what just happened in my bathroom. So I turned on my camera and I quickly made a piece of content. And I think we are up to episode 7 of the Broken Glass saga, right? We are up to episode 7, and I am having a blast telling this story and sharing this experience. And one of the reasons why I am still sharing it is because I have had the tendency in the past, a habit in the past that I am trying to heal, right? Or a bad habit I'm trying to break, of starting things and not finishing it, right? And I've been doing really good, really growing in that area in my life, right? Hello, Saturday morning tap in, 3 years now. Hello, internship program. We are on, I don't know what cycle we're on. We're on a cycle. Is this 6, 7? I don't know. But we out here. And so I'm able to keep things going and not giving up on my ideas. But my tendency was to like kind of show a little something and then never show how it finishes or how it wraps up. My mom would reach out to me like, Shamika, whatever happened? Or I would run into people on the street who you don't realize they're watching your content. Did you ever get into that play? Whatever happened? And so this has been a wonderful moment and a wonderful exercise for me to build that muscle of consistency. If you struggle with consistency and finishing things, I'm here to tell you it's a muscle. You can build it. You can build it. But just take little steps and just show up consistently in small ways. And so I've been having a blast sharing my Broken Glass saga. So I will share with you guys how it all wraps up. Stay tuned. If you haven't seen any of the 7 episodes, head on over to my social media channels. They are playing there and getting wonderful engagement. Tarina, I want to give you a special shout out because she has been my target audience. She is loving every episode, cracking up with me. My mom called me like, Shamika, are you okay? And I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. Did you laugh? She says, well, I wanted to make sure you were okay first. And I was like, yes, I'm fine. So you can feel free to laugh because to laugh is to heal. And I love to find the funny in anything, right? I try not to take myself too seriously. There are some things I take very seriously, but even in that, I don't take myself too seriously. I always find some kind of way to laugh at some things. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been having a really great time sharing this series. And so this morning, as we get ready to do our journaling, so prepare yourself, get your journal. We're about to move into our journaling portion. So this morning, as I was trying to figure out, well, okay, what is this show going to be about? Now, mind you, I'm having this conversation the same way that Jay Farrell was having his conversation in my mind. Okay. These are all the thoughts going in my head. Like, oh God, what are we talking about today? What is the, okay, great. I can show up and do the conversation, but what is the journal? What is the journal prompt? I don't have a journal prompt set up. I wish I would have had some more journal prompts. And here I am, boop, 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 beating myself up. Like, oh, we'll just figure something out. Right. Right. I'm laughing at some more 2K3. He said, I felt like Florida Evans when that broke. I absolutely did. So, but back to me this morning, just like beating myself up, like, what is the journal prompt going to be, girl? This is a show about journaling. You got to have something to write about. What are we going to write about? And I said, well, I want us to do what we did last week. Last week, we revisited the book 100 Days of Gratitude, which we've done every one of these prompts on the show. But last week, I said, well, let me revisit a prompt. So I picked a prompt that was close to the day of the week that it was last week. So now get you, okay? I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand what Shamika, what? Okay, listen, crickets. I want y'all to understand that you can trust God, trust the universe. You may not know what you're doing, but just show up and do the best you can, right? So here I am having this conversation in my mind. And I say, okay, well, let me see if I can find a journal prompt from years in the past that was around this date. Okay. Today is May 9th, 2026. So I went in here to see, well, what journal prompt did we do around May 9th in the previous year, right? It may not be exactly May 9th, but it may be close to it. So here I go, because I put the date on each prompt when we did them, okay? Get ready for this. And this has always been a part of the Saturday morning tap-in experience. If you're new here, there's always been this part, this show has a lot of miracle, magic, synchronicity in it, right? If you watch some past episodes, you will see that it happens right when we are live. You'll see like, oh my gosh, how did that just happen, right? So here I am, finally going to sit down. So I know I'm going to show the Jay Farrow clip. I know I'm going to show you guys an episode of Broken Glass. And so I know what I'm going to talk about, but I don't know what the journal prompt is going to be. And I always believe that this show is God's show, right? God, you told me to do this show. I'm just being obedient like that pastor was, okay? I'm just going to do, I don't know why, but God told me to do this show, right? It was perfect for me. So ever since then, I've just been following whatever God tells me to do. Whatever the universe says, I do, okay? All right. And sometimes it makes no sense until after you do it and you're like, whoa. So here I go. So little voice says, go in the book, look for the date for today that's closest to today. And that will be your journal prompt. I don't know what the prompt's going to be. All right. So here is our journal prompt for today. All right. May 11th, 2024. All right. So that was the closest day that I found for today. I said, let me find a prompt that was close to today's date, but in the past. May 11th, 2024. Here is the journal prompt that we are doing today that we also did May 11th, 2024. Have you experienced any blessing in disguise lately? Have you experienced any blessing in disguise lately? Did somebody catch that before I say it? Did you catch that some more 2K? Did you catch that, Stephen? Did you catch that, Ashley Nicole? Did you catch that, Shayla? Have you experienced a blessing in disguise lately? If I was not led to this journal prompt, if the whole show was not just like given to me today, like I woke up, I don't know what I'm doing, right? And then here comes the download. This is what you're going to do. I don't know what I'm doing today. Just show up, Shamika. Remember, I got you. Thank you, some more 2K3. Thank you, caught it. Okay? Remember this. And it's not just me, y'all. Okay? It's not just me. This is happening for you. This is happening in your life. Probably a lot more than you recognize, actually. Probably a lot more than you recognize. So today's show is to remind you to trust. Have you experienced any blessing in disguise lately? That's the journal prompt for today. I'm going to put it up on the screen. We are going to journal it for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. If my shower door was not a blessing in disguise, Tasha on TikTok, if that was not a blessing in disguise, I don't know what was. Or maybe the blessing in disguise was, I don't know what this show is, and then come to find out everything is just laid out for me, even when I don't know. There's a blessing in disguise with your name on it, right? So that's our journal prompt for today, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get the timer started. For those who are new here, what we do every Saturday morning is we journal. We have a journal prompt. The journal prompt gets you down on the page. Whatever you write after that, that's your business. However, keep the pen or the pencil moving across the page for 10 minutes, 10 seconds. We are journaling. The timer has begun. The journal prompt is on the screen. We are journaling. Write it down. Catch this moment. Don't miss it. Y'all already know what I'm going to write. But then I want to see what else comes up as I write, because that always happens. Let me write down the date on this one too. So we also did this one on 5/9/26, 2 years later. Who knew? We're journaling. Let's go. Okay, we're journaling, not dancing. Okay, you're right. Welcome to those who are just joining us. You are joining us at the right place at the right time. Got here just in time to journal. Just in time. Let's do it. We're journaling. 8 minutes, 6 seconds to go. I love this AI summary that's happening on TikTok. It is saying journaling with a blessing in disguise prompt. Share what you are writing. I love it. 7 minutes, 45 seconds to go for journaling. So glad to see you all in here journaling with us. I love it. 6 minutes, 43 seconds to go. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. We are journaling. Minutes, 54 seconds to go. We are journaling. JJ, thanks for the new follow. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap-In. So glad to have you here. Minutes, 1 second to go. We're journaling. Welcome to Someone Just Reading This for your Saturday Morning Tap-In. You're here at the right place at the right time. And we are done. Man, I love this show. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Okay, sorry, I gotta just that. Sorry, I gotta finish my sentence. But I don't know about you, right? At least one day during the week, you're gonna spend some time journaling with Saturday Morning Tap In. At least one day during the week, you're gonna give yourself the time to be still and to do a little stirring up of magic, stirring up of synchronicities. I'm so glad that you all tapped in today. We're going to set some intentions. So if you have some intentions, go ahead, put it in the chat. We'll set those intentions right after I read what I wrote in the journal today. But I want to thank you all so much for tuning in today, for having the conversation with me, for showing up and witnessing the very magic of this day today. And yeah, so I'm going to read what I wrote for those who are new here. That's my promise to you all every week, is to read what I share, but you don't have to share what you write in your journal. Your journal is yours. That's your business. But if today's show, you had any aha moments, any points that you want to remember, feel free to put them in the comments and share them. If you're watching the recording, we want to hear from you. Put it in the comments and let us know how today's tap in was for you. Let us know if you had any aha moments. I know I sure did. All right. So this is what I wrote. I know there's a slight lag, so I'll go first just in case someone wants to share. I cannot stand when I'm closing out the show and then I finally see that someone has shared their prompt. So I'll give you guys a chance to share if you like. This is what I wrote. The journal prompt is, have you experienced any blessings in disguise lately? And I wrote, absolutely. My shower door broke on Tuesday, glass everywhere. On one hand, a nightmare. The one place where you are the most vulnerable, where you are naked and barefoot, now covered in large and tiny shards of glass. Definitely a blessing disguised as a nightmare. I listened to the still small voice that said, share this experience as content. I had actually heard a content creator who I follow share some words of wisdom. If you want to be successful at content creation, you have to get over the cringe factor. Yes, sometimes recording content in public spaces or sharing our most vulnerable or mundane moments can feel cringy or embarrassing. But that is just the noise of fear. Do it anyway. Take the step. Trust God. You got to start somewhere. And what's so funny that I just thought of is that I am, or we are constantly asking God to prove God's got us, to prove that we can trust God. Prove it. And without fail, God does just that. And that's my journal prompt for today, right? But how amazing. How amazing. I love how that happens. It just really takes me back to the early days of Saturday Morning Tap In, where we would have a conversation and then we would randomly pick a journal prompt. And somehow the journal prompt totally related to what we were talking about in the episode. I hope today's episode blessed you or inspired you or gives you just a little bit of energy to get moving toward your good. All right, so let's just take a moment as we prepare ourselves with the intentions for today. The intentions that we are setting today are, we have order, okay? I put in safety for sure. And I'm going to put in trust. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I'm just double checking to see if there were any other intentions that I may have missed. And I'll put in trust and surrender. Thank you some more 2K3 for that one, for surrender. Awesome. 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 And I think I'm also going to put in aware of synchronistic moments. Yeah, I'm going to set that intention because I want to be more aware of it, right? Remember, I said the more aware of it you are, the more you experience it. So we're going to set that intention today. Okay, trusting myself. Thank you, Sanskia. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Okay, the intentions are now up on the screen. So before we set these intentions, let's get ourselves grounded and in this present moment, because that is how we really stir up that power, right? To be really focused and just really present. So let's take a nice collective inhale as we relax. Breathing in, we inhale. Hold it and let it go. With each breath, we are journeying deeper within ourselves. We take another collective inhale. We inhale. And exhale. As we exhale, we are letting go any tension that may be in the body anywhere, just letting it leave the body on the exhale. As you do a quick scan of the body, you may feel that you may be holding tension somewhere else, maybe in your toes, maybe in your neck. Maybe are your shoulders up high? If so, let's let those shoulders fall. Maybe you are furrowing your brow and you want to just relax it. You can put your hand on it. If there's any place where you may be holding tension, gently put your hand there, and let's take our next collective inhale and let's breathe into that space. We inhale. And exhale and remove our hands. As we are now more relaxed, more present in our body. Our body that is made up of stars, the universe. And so as we take this moment to be intentional with the power that is within each and every one of us, connecting each and every one of us, we join in this moment, activating the intention of order. Let our days unfold in an orderly way. May we be able to prioritize. May any areas of our homes that need to have more order, let that order, that divine order right now be established in our thinking, in our feeling, in our speaking, in our actions, and in our reactions. Let divine order right now unfold in our families, in our relationships, at work. Whatever that divine order is for you, let's just take a moment to breathe that in. Whatever that means for you, you know what it is. We activate it now with an inhale. And exhale. Let there be divine order. And as we are in this moment, we activate safety. May we be safe in our homes, safe from harm on the roads. May our hearts be safe, our feelings be safe, our minds be safe. May we be a safe place for others to land, and may we also find the safe places that we need in the spaces that we inhabit today, whether they are physical spaces or mental spaces. We set the intention for safety, knowing that anything that is harmful is right now moving out of the way, that darkness is now moving out of the way because we are saying, let there be light, let there be safety. We inhale and exhale. We place our hand over our heart. And we set the intention to trust ourselves, to trust the God in us, to trust our connection to the universe. We take our other hand to place it on our belly that represents our intuition. And we just breathe into that space. Let our feelings and our intuition and our mind be in divine harmony. Let us be attuned to the still small voice. May there be harmony in our thoughts and our feelings and our actions and reactions. That we have discernment, that we are not torn, that we are able to make decisions freely with joy and with surrender and trust. Setting the intention to believe right now that all things work together for our good, that things are always working out for us, that we are always in the right place at the right time, that blessings and good things chase you down and overtake you. And we set the intention right now that our eyes and ears and minds and hearts will be sensitized to the synchronicities that are happening all around us. We ask today to know more, to see more. For those who may say, I've never witnessed a synchronicity, we take this moment right now to ask, show us in a way that is clear for us to see that synchronicity, that love, that magic, that magnetism, that miraculousness is at work in our lives. And as we are aware of these synchronicities, may we trust more, may we leap higher, may we take bigger steps. May we believe with more abandon and surrender, so that we may experience the fullness of joy and peace, happiness and health in this day and this week ahead. And so it is. All right, my loves. Yes. What an amazing Saturday morning tap. And I want to say thank you all so much for joining us this Saturday, for being intentional with us. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Thank you to my friends who allow me to share their stories. And thank you to my friends who also witness the miraculous when I call and share it with you, or when I text you and say, you'll never believe what just happened. Right? Because we need each other. And so I'm so grateful. All right. I will see you all next Saturday for another episode of Saturday Morning Tap-In, where we come together for some uplifting conversations. We set intentions. We do a little bit of journaling. But whatever you do, go out there today. Have a wonderful day. Go out there and expect the good. Why? Because you deserve it. All right. Bye for now. I'll see you all next Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on Shamika Chronicles, all over. Okay. All right. Seriously. Bye. Have a great day. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Mwah! And congratulations to all the graduates and the families that helped them to get across that stage. If you know, you know. All right. Bye, y'all.